I talk shit, but she know it's true. Blessings, bitches in my section. Yeah, with all this money, I'm obsessive. Weapons, turning off your extras. Turning off this bullshit direction. Turning up my grind, waking up to more pressure. But it's all in your mind, so I never feel pressure. No, it's all in your mind. Now I'm stacking like Tetris. Hustle hard is my lesson. Then go back and get extra. No, I'm stacking like fiction. Yellow ball, white laces. All black tint, two white comes, fat gold chain, Sprite, Texas. I'm just young and I'm reckless. I'm just on for my section. I'm just out on top, speeding my top down and I'm revving. I don't know about hell. I don't know about heaven. All I know is about right now, this lifestyle is interesting. I ain't dead in my session. I just write down his confessions. Niggas die, got life around me. I guess that I'm an exception. Best ocean view. Small circle, it's a chosen few. I wrote it down and I followed through. I brought it down and we rolled a few. I talk shit, but she know it's true. Ocean view. Small circle, it's a chosen few. I wrote it down and I followed through. I brought it down and we rolled a few. I talk shit, but she know it's true. I'm in these streets with my children on, and my biz with my music on. All the friends I'm consuming on. Shit, I've been on my grind, I ain't usually home. Focused on using phones, lately I've been using songs. Get my point across, like niggas around me use it all. That's your point across, I guess you always knew the ball. That's just when we wasn't ready, cause I do my job. From fucking love rats to fucking stores, spending all cash and sliding cards. It's the definition of living large. Smoking top flight, the biggest course. Told you all ate the shit was source. Getting this kid, yeah, nigga, they get more. Look at this world, young nigga, this is really yours. Nigga, this is really mine. My niggas is really floored. The lyrics is really high. The chords is really floored. And all I see is ocean view. Small circles. I wrote it down and I slid it through. I talk shit, but she know it's true. Ocean view. Small circle, it's a chosen few. I wrote it down and I slid it through. I talk shit, but she know it's true. Yeah. Ready to run off that flight, though. You go hard and get right, bro. It seems simple, that's not right, though. 10 years later, I'm all right, though. These niggas act like they don't like, though. If you mad, niggas shine bright,
What's
though.
going on with you, cuz?
What up, fam? What's going on, bro? What's going on with you, bro?
Man, I can't complain.
Merry Christmas to you, bro. Happy holidays to you, man.
Happy holidays to you, yo.
Coming down to the wire, Chief.
Shout out to the wire, huh?
After Christmas, we clear for a couple of months, right?
Man, I'm always clear. You heard me. It's clear port over here, man.
Right.
Keep my mind free, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Man, I'll stay away from the madness, man. Good boy,
got
still.
you,
Yeah.
Good. It's good for the mentals, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, live longer, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yes, sir.
Your week been a little bit smoother.
Yeah, man. This week not too bad at all, man. I never can complain about anything, but you know,
Hey, man.
Sometimes it's more difficult than the others, but it don't call for no complaints, man. You just gotta push through it.
Oh, it definitely ain't, though. You know when it's
it happen, you know.
Yeah, it's good to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting there though. It's getting there.
Oh, okay.
Days, it's going to slow down physically, but mentally it's going to ramp up a little bit because during the off season, man, I do a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of putting projects in place to
yeah, that's the that's the best time.
Yeah,
that's the best time.
You know, old Marine that I used to be around, he told me in a time of peace, plan for war. In a time of peace, plan for war. So when
Hey,
when it's quiet, you know, I usually put my strategies together and start putting things in place and putting the process, making the process begin to move forward to build that momentum. So when things get a little crazy, it's not as rough as it looked like.
you already be ready. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying? I
exactly.
understand that
Time
part.
for peace, prepare for war. So
Yeah, I understand that part. You be already ready. You know what I'm saying?
always,
Always be ready than to get ready.
that's right, that's right. Be ready. You never have to get ready. That's
You ain't
right.
got to get ready, man. I believe in that.
Yes, sir.
I
Absolutely.
believe in that for sure, man. I ain't
Absolutely.
gonna lie to you. I'm always thinking. My mind be going 1,000 watts per minute, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, man. We're gonna get ready to jump into this, man. Finish our conversation from last week and see where we go at from here. And you know, we're gonna do what we do. We just chop it up. You know,
Yeah,
we topics,
talk
but you know,
about it.
something come out of, you know, while we talking, you know, we just continue on the conversation, man.
Why not talk about it?
Yeah, so last week we was talking about leadership, and we was talking about um, is leaders made or are they born? You know, we had, you know, we both, which is a good thing. I think there's nothing wrong with it. We both had different perspectives on it. For me, I believe that it's both, and you know, your stance was they born. So you know, I don't think this is a right or wrong, uh, a right or wrong perspective. I just think it's just one's opinion, one's perspective, one's journey, one's experience. So, you know,
Right,
I think it's good. It's good. So,
right.
you know,
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so you know, before we kind of go into the next topic, again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, supporting as we kind of roll into 2022, and looking for some big things, looking for some sponsors, looking for our engagement with you guys to be more uh, fruitful. You know, we want you guys to get engaged, ask questions, give suggestions, give opinions. You know, ask to come in and join the conversation live with us. You know, this platform is for us to just, you know, talk about various topics from my space, which is the church space, and Big Ant space is, you know, more of a street perspective, a street thought. So, you know, we just want to see where we go at with where our journey allow us to see things from our own perspective. So, you know, and I know some of you guys have your own journeys and your own perspective. So, you know, we invite you guys in. So please, again, don't hesitate. And also thank you guys for tuning in and sticking with us as we, you know, create this content and have a good time and stir up some, you know, like, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
Senator Lewis says, you know, stir up some good trouble, man, some good trouble. So,
Yeah, we
uh,
can do that.
so that topic was leadership. So tonight we want to just, you know, use our time to talk about leadership and purpose and what's the purpose of leadership and is leadership necessary and within leadership should there be a purpose for that particular leader? Um, and what you thinking, man? What did that say to you, bro?
I want to see that. That's my thing. I would like to like hear from a person that says like that person made me a leader. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I say that a leader is born. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I just think that the person, whoever they get being taught by or
Mhm.
raised by or, you know, what you say, mentored by,
Right.
they bringing the leader out of you. You know, I
Right.
believe that you might can't see yourself as a leader if you don't never be in a situation that you can become a
Right.
leader. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But like in my honesty, I just believe it's already there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's just my opinion. I
Right.
just think it's always there because I can't. I never heard of a person like said like, yeah, that person made me a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard of people mentoring and being, you know what I'm saying? But I never heard that person like made them be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made that person become what you wanted them to become. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you don't think that helping someone harness their skills and helping them propel and see something bigger than themselves is not helping that person develop into a leader or allow them to see themselves as a leader? Because
see
there's
them,
a lot of
see
people
them,
that
see them, see
the reason,
themselves, see
the reason
themselves
why,
as they see themselves as their true self. Yes.
right. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's a lot of leaders walking around right now that I would, like I said, I think it's both. I think leadership burns from both ends of the candlestick. I believe leaders are born and leaders are made. So
Right.
there's a lot of people walking around that are born leaders, but no one inspired them. No one tapped them on their shoulders. No one um, incubated them to a degree that they're giving them information and giving them exposure to what leadership looked like. So they never go on that path of leadership, or they never take on the role as a leader when the opportunity presents themselves, because their confidence is not there, or they believe they don't have enough information to walk in that leadership role. So what are they supposed to do? They're not just going to do it just because they feel it. You know, there's some people that has the tenacity or the guts to say, you know, even though I don't know, I'm going to do this because I'm built for this. You know, that's a different mindset. But what about
Right.
those? But what about those that are, as you say, that are born leaders but never step into that role as a leader? How do they
That's
get
what I'm
there?
saying. Like,
How do they get there?
I don't. You you born a leader is gonna be written. You know what I'm saying? Like, you the Bible man. You tell me it was written, but I believe in something that is written. Is written, yo. And see, this is the thing. This is
Uh-huh.
the thing. It's not bad. See, I'm trying to put it in perspective where as though, like, especially like this generation now, it's not bad to not. It's not this detrimental thing to be not feel like you not a leader, bro. Everybody is not a leader, yo. That's just totally brutally honest with whoever want to
Well,
step in that field.
well,
You see
let,
what I'm
let,
saying?
let's say
Like,
it like this.
you
Let's say it
you
like
you
Andy.
thinking I can take a you thinking like a military type thing, bro. That is not it. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, that is not it, bro. Like, you can go. They get the army can train people to shoot up, become mechanics, all kinds of stuff, bro. But you still see there's a hierarchy
Yeah, yeah,
in
I
the
agree.
military. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, no matter what you say, I tried to make these boys some killers and try to make them, staff sergeant, whatever it's called. But at the end of the day, it's still a hierarchy. It's still a group of men and women that has that power over top of people that can't be in that position. And it's nothing, and it's just the fact that when people get into their own process and worrying about what other people say,
Hmm.
stuff like that, then they get to saying like, oh, you can be a leader, and if you ain't a leader, what, you ain't nothing, or something like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So people gonna take it a certain kind of way when you trying to be brutally honest, but it's not like that, yo. It's just the brutally honest truth, bro. If you go somewhere, you go, you work at a supermarket, you work at a fast food restaurant, bro. Like, this dude probably can flip burgers and fries the best ever, but he's not a leader. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same as the guy that they chose to be the manager. That's gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's
Well,
gonna run the place how it functions.
I think sometimes when we look at leadership, as as we can define it, a person in a place of authority. So
Right.
there's a level of leadership, but also you can, like, first of all, this is why I agree with you when you say leaders are born, right? And from a biblical standpoint, we all are leaders. And the reason why I say that, because in order to lead others, we first have to lead ourselves, right? So in
Right.
order to lead ourselves, that demonstrates a level of leadership, right? Because leadership is about a person that's willing to make difficult decisions in difficult times. So we make difficult decisions for ourselves to
Right.
propel ourselves to go forward, or sometimes we make poor decisions that hold ourselves back. So
Yeah,
there's
true. Yeah,
element,
now you can do
right.
that.
So there's an
Right.
element of leadership in that perspective. But when we talk about the leadership extending yourself, we're talking about a person that's leading a group or a individual, right?
Right.
So and this is why I say, yes, leadership burns from both ends of the candlestick. From leaders are born and then leaders are made, because in order to be able to lead, you have to obtain what we talk about: experience, information, exposure,
Right.
right?
Right.
So in order to understand how to function in that, you kind of mentioned that hierarchy of leadership. In order to be able to function in that you have to, someone have to acknowledge that skill or gift, however you want to look at it, and begin to pour into you and help shape and mold you into the leader that they need you to be, or that particular organization needs you to be, or that group of people needs you to be. Like for me, like when we was looking at leadership, I was looking at, since you said I'm the Bible man, I was looking at First Corinthians, First Corinthians 9, right? And this
Right.
is Paul's talking to individual about his apostleship, his authority, his position, right?
Right.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because for me, is a very significant part of leadership in that particular text, right? Because when you go down to verse 22, as he engaging with these people from verse 1 to verse 22, he's talking to people, individuals that has different perspectives about who he is and how he functions. And he says this, like when I heard this, it really, for me as a leader, me leading a organization and a group of people,
Right.
what he said to him, he said, "I become all things to all people that I might win some." Right?
Right.
That is significant to anyone that's in a leadership role. Why? Because the thing, this is why I'm saying leaders are made, leaders are developed, right? Because he said, "I become all things to all people that I might win some," right? So
Right.
obviously he's talking about bringing people to God. But in that, if you listen to it, I become all things, right? So that means the group of people that he's trying to connect to, the group of people that he's leading, forget about how he see himself as a leader. He's going to become the very thing that those people need him to be to get them to follow him. So regardless of what type of leader he sees himself, he can see himself as a micromanager, right? But in
Right.
order for him to lead this group of people, he's going to say, you know what? Even though I am a micromanager, I'm going to back away from the way I want to manage people and lead them the way they need me to lead them, so they can come along with me. So that's why I'm saying, when we look at leadership, some leaders are made, because in that thought, he's allowing himself to be made into something that he may not particularly want to act or work in.
But are you saying? I'm hearing exactly what you saying. But are you saying that it don't sound like you saying that he wasn't ever a leader?
No.
Like it sounds like he was a leader. He's looking to better himself. He's looking to it seemed like he's looking to become a better leader.
Right, exactly. But remember what I said at the beginning. Like, before we lead anyone else, we first have to lead ourselves. And that
Right.
leading ourselves may not come with any book knowledge or any exposure to leadership, leadership understanding. That is just from us observing our mother, our father, our aunts, our uncles, our grandmothers, our brothers, sisters, and how they move. So we move according to how they move. So we're making decisions based upon ourselves. So we leading ourselves, right? But
Right.
then on the other aspect, when we talk about leadership, we're talking about leading a group of people. And this is where I'm saying, like, leaders are made. Because you can be a leader of a group of people, but you may not be the right leader for that group of people. So I'm not denying that he wasn't a leader. What I'm saying is, regardless of whatever leader he is, he has to become a different leader, a new leader, a different style, a different mindset in order to
Right.
lead these people. So that means he's not what he say he is when he first initiate that group of people. He said, I'm going to transform into whatever I need to be to get these people to follow me. So that means that
I
he's becoming something that he's not. So that means he's being made into something different than who he naturally is. That's what I'm saying, right?
I can agree with you. I can agree with you, but that's what I'm trying to, you know, have a soundbite with you about. Like, he was elite. He was already, he was written for him. He was going to be what he was going to be. And maybe he would have lost some folk. He would have gained some folk. That's just like me. Man. If I know the type of leader that I am. I'm brutally honest. Shit like that. I'm straight up. So I might lose people. People might can't take how I go about things, and I know that. I mean, I honestly know that. I can't fight them against how I speak. Maybe I can tone it down. Maybe I can, you know, use less curse words. I try to balance it out, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm not a better leader. So somebody, you have to feel that inside you, be like, man, I might not be a good leader. I might want to try this way. I feel like it's my way is the highway, cause you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not shunning you. I'm not saying you ain't nothing or you ain't tough. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's the way that I rock.
Right.
So the people that gravitate me, they rock with me because I rock that way. Because some people gotta be hard on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, some people you be soft, you be weak, they'll run right over top of you, and you be like, man, what I'm doing, I'm trying to lead them into this. I'm trying to tell them how to do this and how to do this the better way. They don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be on them. You gotta be on them and say, yo, this is what it is, cuz you gotta understand. And that person might blossom to the best leader you ever seen. Cause that's how they have to be.
Right, but this is my thing. So like going back to what you said in your first response to what I said, you was like, he was already a leader, he was gonna be a leader. But it's easy to say that now. It's easy to say that when we see a person functioning in that role, but we really don't know. It's almost like, did we know Michael Jordan was going to be Michael Jordan before he was Michael Jordan? When you look at let me finish. When you look at his storyline before he became the Michael Jordan, there was nothing spectacular about him.
No, but
exactly.
He was.
It's easy to
but
say, like, man, I knew Michael Jordan was going to be Michael Jordan, but beforehand you couldn't say that. So that's what I'm saying about leadership. Like, we can say leaders are born once they are leaders, but can you identify the potential in someone and help them develop that skill into leadership? Because there's different layers to leadership. There's different ways to function in leadership, which goes into our conversation for the night, the purpose of leadership, right?
Right. And that's the thing that I'm trying to say to you. Like, okay, you made the comparison to Michael Jordan, and I understand a part of that's what you're talking about him being a scrawny kid, him not making the team at first and getting cut, all that kind of stuff. You said it yourself. He had to get his opportunity to shine. Now I understand. I understand everybody ain't gonna get their opportunity to shine if they're not in the right place. You know, sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time for your opportunity to shine. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, I still think Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. He was going to be. He had to get in where he fit in. He had to get in where he fit in. He never stopped training. He never stopped working hard. Now, if you got a cat, now he gonna just like yo, I'm giving up. He would have got cut. Well, what kind of leader is that? You see what I'm saying? Like, what if he would have just gave up when he got cut in high school?
But this is the thing. When you read his story, you have to ask the question: what motivated him? Who inspired him? Who talked to him? Those skills that he had, maybe they was in him. No one could deny that. But someone had to come along and help him develop that. Someone had to train him to shoot better, to jump differently, to lift weights. That's what I'm saying about leaders leaders burn from both ends of the candlestick. Yeah, some are born and naturally gifted, but some are made. Some are, and that's why I say there's different levels to leadership, because, you know, okay leaders, you have middle of the pack leaders, you have low leaders, right? So their skill set only allow them to go so far. Why? Because they may not be natural leaders, but they have skills, or they have a level of influence to get people to follow them to a certain destination or to take on a project. So that makes them a leader, period. They was a made leader.
Right.
Not necessarily a born leader, they was a made leader. And that's the point I'm trying to get you to understand. Like, it's easy to say somebody is what they is after the fact. The question is, did you see that beforehand?
I believe so. I believe because you know what? You know why though? Because I'm gonna tell you, to be totally honest, like, if people look at their kids in that way, they can see. Like, I can tell through my kids. I can tell all four of my sons. I can tell which one is a leader, and it's not to say, that's what I'm saying. See, people gonna say, the way life is now, people gonna say that, oh, you looking at one son and it, bro. I'm being brutally honest, bro.
Oh yeah,
like I'm being totally honest with you. If you really know your kids, bro, I can sit them in a room and I know all of them like I know them, and I know it's not the oldest that could take charge and lead and take them all the way to the championship, do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this. I ain't saying that the son is less skilled or he's not smarter than the other or nothing like that. I just know the leadership, what it takes to be in that role, especially when you are born a leader. It's just natural, bro. You can, it's just natural. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural. You can say, damn, how that kid can make all these guys gather up because he got it. You know what I'm saying? He just got it. You know what I'm saying?
Leadership burns from both ends of the candlestick. You know, there's some that's born with it or gifted with it, and some that's developed or trained or made, if you will.
Right.
So, you know, from just piggyback off of the analogy that you made about your boys. The purpose of leadership. You know, why do we need leaders? You know, in the different facets of life. You know, when it comes to business or, you know, running an organization, running your household. You know, what do you believe about leadership, and is there a purpose? Do we need leaders? Because and that's why I asked this question, because I think I was on IG, and I was listening to a dude talking, right? And he was a street dude. He was saying, you know, we all leaders. You know, we all bosses. No, he said we all bosses. If we walk into the club, you know, no one can't tell who's the boss and who's not. Because if my man is short, you know, some money, I'm gonna put some money in his pocket so he can, you know, he can be a boss too.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking about.
So I'm just, and I don't want to, minimize the premise of what he was saying, because that's kind of different. It has a different kind of connotation of what we're talking about, but I kind of want to use that to kind of bring upon this subject, because it kind of fits with this kind of narrative.
It's understanding what you're saying. I understand. I understand coming from his point of view what he was trying to say. I understand what he was trying to say.
So what you think? Do you believe when it comes to any organization or household, business, whatever the case may be, leadership is necessary, and do you think there's a purpose for leadership?
Yeah, I think leadership is necessary. I just don't like. I don't like the false narrative that is created now. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the saying goes. That's where the saying comes from. Is so many chiefs and not enough Indians, my man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the
Right.
narrative that I hate that's being pushed now. It's like everybody is the kingdom of Zamunda. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like that's a lie, and that's a black community thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be able, we gotta be able to find everybody's functional parts, bro. That's false, bro. Because if we was living back in Africa and shit, you'd probably be under some king Whoop-de Zulu, and he be running shit too. So wherever you want to live, America, here, there, it's always a hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you go.
So you don't think it's smart that they're pushing this narrative? Like, you know,
I
don't want to get in trouble, but I know me, I ain't gonna back away from the truth either. So I want to try to be straight down the line. So, you know, and we don't have no representative on here, so it kind of puts me in a very unique situation. I'm putting it out there. So this whole narrative about the boss women, different things like that, like every woman's a boss now. Do you think that's not a good idea for every woman to look at themselves as a boss or practice?
This the thing. When I talk, man, I talk human being talk, bro.
Right.
I ain't with all that fascist and all that sexism and all. You know, everybody can be a boss in their own right, like I said. You know what I'm saying? Their own right. But if you want to be a part of something, you want to be a part of a crew, you want to be a part of a clique, you want to be a part of a gang, you want to be a part of a church, you want to be a part of a business, bruh, it's mechanical.
Right.
I'm just being legitly, it's mechanical. So near woman or near man, everybody in the field can't be the boss. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be on top of each other making a decision. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to come down to a point. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's all going to come down to that head of the spear.
But why can't everybody be a boss? Why can't everybody be leaders?
Because everybody ain't going to be able to make a decision properly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is not going. Yo, we talked last week, and I was just saying, like, yo, even if you say, you know, the man of the house, you used to say the man of the house, and I just said I had a old coon tell me that he, you know, he gave his wife all the money because she knew how to. She the boss. You know what I'm saying? She know how to do books. Yo, if you don't know how to do books, yo.
Did you call him a coon?
I'm just saying old dude. You know what I'm saying? Old dude. My old head. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Yeah, just old head. But I'm just saying, I didn't have no problem with what he said because she the boss in her own right. She know how to do math. She know how. Yo, if you can't do math, my man, and you by yourself, a man, and you by yourself, or I can imagine there's a lot of homeless people that couldn't get their bills together. That's why they homeless. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a significant one, you have a marriage, you trust, you love your woman. She a boss. If she can handle books and money, bro, that's one of the most important thing in the world right now. The handling and budgeting money. You know what I'm saying? So if you can have your woman, she does that, bro, why she ain't a boss? You know what I'm saying? Like you still the man of the house. But if you can't do it, and you have an old lady that handles stuff like that, bro, that don't make you feel bad because at least you got somebody you can trust that can do that. Because if you just out here just spending, people be out here, they get a paycheck if they don't know how to juggle their bills and pay this bill and pay that bill and do, bro, you shit out of luck. You gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? You gonna pay. You gonna put
a lot of brothers mess up that money, man.
Hey,
Different ways, bro.
but that's what I'm saying. So what don't give her the right to be a boss? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that. I understand that totally. I ain't got to beef with that. So woman, I don't look at it as a human being part, bro. You woman, man or woman, you have to know if you a boss or not, bro. And I know it's plenty of women out there. It's like, nah, I let my husband handle that situation because he the man. You know, he the man, bro. What's wrong with saying your man? He the man now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that being taken away? You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, if you have a significant other, whatever, and you doing boss things, why is that if that person is acknowledging you as the boss, you the boss. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not I don't care.
What do you think makes a good leader? Is you know, do you have like any
I think one of the best traits is to listen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a good listener, man, you could delegate.
Right.
Instead of bossing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
is there a difference between a leader and a boss in your opinion and your thoughts?
Yeah, because just like you said, like people that micromanage and stuff, man, you know, some of those type of people just been put in position because people like them to be the people that they can go to so they ain't got to be hated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that person right there, he'll tell on everybody. And he'll keep everybody in line, and he'll come back and tell me everything what's going on with the
company
business.
guy.
Yeah, so Michael Manager, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends on, because I know how that's done. You know what I'm saying? I know how Michael Manager done. I know the boss just got an underling, and he's just the Sasquatch of the thing, and he's just a boss. He's just a boss. You know what I'm saying? He's just a boss to keep everybody scared and be like, oh man. Like, when he come around, you see everybody go the opposite way because they don't want no problems. I've been around that kind of boss type situation. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, a real boss, you got to be able to listen and know your people. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's happy, because you gotta have that understanding that, yo, that person might feel like they not that smart, you know, but they got a skill, whatever that skill is. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could give an example, but it's like, whatever that skill is,
so
I know that they good at that skill.
Listening is a key component into leadership. What else do you have for the people when it comes to leadership? What's another key component to being a good leader?
You got to be able to make the hard decisions. You got to be making up. People get sick to their stomach. They can't fathom. You know what I'm saying? It's to the streets, to the pulpit, man. You got to be able to make the hard decisions, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't swallow their pride and let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make the hard decisions sometimes. Sometimes you got to make that decision with the person, without the person that you think that's next to you. Like, man, they don't know what they talking about. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make that move for y'all, because this person is stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna stay in this same spot, doing our same 1-2, and you've been going to your person like, yo, we could do this, we can do that, we can, and that person is just like, man, I'm good right here with where I got what got going on. You're gonna have to make boss moves. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to make the decisions that feel like you might be crossing that person. You might be shutting them out. You might be leaving them behind, bro. You gotta make that decision, bro. I'm telling you. And that's one of the hardest things.
Got one more before we move on. You got one more key to good leadership, or what makes a good leader? One more key. So we got being a good listener, you know, and make difficult decisions.
And difficult decisions.
And what we got one more for us?
I believe you gotta let. I believe the another tough one is stepping aside and letting you know, your team be as strong as, you know what I'm saying, the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe just like I was trying to give you an example, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like the guy in the burger shop, he might be the best burger maker, whatever. You just a micromanager dude. You know how to run
Right.
numbers. You know how to
Right.
put people
Right.
together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But if that dude know how to make them burgers and they make the best tasting burgers out here, you can't be on top of him, making
Right.
him nervous,
Right.
messing up the whole game. When let him do his thing, let him lead his part of his view, what he got to do. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, that's something really good because, you know, um, a lot of leaders struggle with to be able to let go and allow someone else to perform at their highest capacity.
Yes,
You know, and
facts.
we talked about Michael Jordan, right? So I'm gonna move from Michael Jordan and I'm gonna go to LeBron James, right? Because, you know, in the present, you know, one of the things that, you know, and I'm a Laker fan, and
Right.
so one of the things that bothers me, and we're still talking about leadership, guys. One
Yes.
thing that kind of bothers me when I look at the Lakers right now, and I could be wrong, but this is just my assessment, just by watching sports and everything like that, and listening to sports shows. You know, LeBron James was trying to hand the team over to Anthony Davis, right? Letting him kind of lead the team. You know, LeBron James stepping aside. Like, even like with Miami, when he went to Miami, you know, they struggled that first season. You know, Dwayne Wade was the leader of the team, and he said, "Bron, you the best player. You go ahead and make your move. You go ahead and lead the team and everything." Some leaders, that's really difficult for them to do that. And you kind of said it earlier. You know, your ego can be the very thing that bring demise to your
And
organization.
I'm
A
glad you
lot of
brought.
leaders, a lot of leaders struggle with that. A lot of organizations get stuck because they're unwilling to kind of move forward. And the reason why I bring this up, because and this happens in the church. Like, you know, the senior pastor or whoever, you know, they get to a particular age where their way of doing things that doesn't necessarily usher in or welcome in the next generation. So it's kind of like what you said, it kind of gets stuck, right? But it's
Right.
difficult for them to kind of let go, be like, look, you know, I'm still the pastor, I'm still such and such, but I know that we got to do things a little different if I want to keep this particular group of people to continue to progress in the organization, but they can't let go. They can't let go. What do you say to the people that's in leadership roles right now that is unwilling to let someone evolve or become, you know, the best version of themselves in that leadership capacity? Not to
I'm glad
undermine
you.
them or make them feel less than or not included, but they kind of need to kind of step to the side and kind of let this, you know, as we say, the young buck do their thing. You know what I'm saying? What do
I,
you say to
I
those leaders?
I really, man. I'm gonna come back to. I'm glad you brought up sports about that. But man, it got to be in your heart, man, for real. Because some guys, man, some guys are stubborn, man. You know what I'm saying? They end up being old, stubborn ass guys. You know, old heads. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even
right,
tell you, bro. Like, you know, I got old family members, like they just stuck in their ways. You feel what I'm saying?
right,
Like they won't let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like they just got their thing where as though you're a youngster, you supposed to listen. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
you don't have the knowledge, or you don't have the, well, they can't say the knowledge because they don't know what they're talking about, but you don't have the years, because that's the only thing that they got over you
right.
probably is the
Experience, yeah,
years. Yeah.
right,
So they
right,
feel like that. They feel like that you so young, you can't tell me what to do.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So I've even been at workplaces, and older guys are like that. When a
mm-hmm.
younger supervisor come in, and them old coons be like, "And how old are you, son?" You know what I'm saying? Like, "How old are you, son? How you do this and do that?"
Mm-hmm.
And And they ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They ain't trying to hear it. They gonna be like, man, I'm over here doing my old thing I've been doing for 30-something years. I'm about to retire. I ain't trying to hear you, young boy. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta just let them go ahead and do their thing, bro, because
Right.
they ain't trying to hear it.
Hey, we got someone that said something. So I want you to respond first, and then I respond after. And he said, you know, what if it's not their ego? What if it's just fear of failure? So they're scared to let others step up. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe I had a lot of that.
Right.
I had a lot of that, bro. Like I when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the projects, man. So I was so used to being around a group of guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? So standing alone was kind of like a process for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was it's kind of rare when you come from 100 diggers and it's like you all alone. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand you. Like sometimes you got to make yourself. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You
Right.
gotta literally be scared. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I've literally been in situations where I've been scared, bro, but I just made it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm not gonna sit there and lie and say I ain't never been scared. You know what I'm saying? I've
Right.
been scared, but I done just stuck my chest out and my head up and see if it get chopped off. You know what I'm saying? And did my 1-2. You know what I'm saying? But in street life and in regular life, you know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing, man. Like you gotta make yourself. You gotta stand up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You gotta stand up and be and make yourself be that leader. If you feel it in your heart, it's not no ego. It's not no ego. If you really feel it, if you got that glow,
Well,
man, you got it.
that's what the person is saying. Is not their ego. It's just their fear of failure. So they
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta make yourself. You gotta make yourself go through that scared part, bro. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like when you.
I think this is my response to it. Like and it's kind of layered. So kind of bear with me, right? Because I've experienced exactly what this question kind of
Right.
narrative for. I think if you're the leader that needs to let go, I would suggest that you put things in place whereas though you can still be involved but not necessarily lead, right? So you will put something in process. So it's like just like you said, you use that fear to motivate you to put up boundaries or for the outcome that you want to come to fruition. Because regardless,
Sure.
you're still the leader, you're still the vision courier.
Right.
Then as you allow the individuals to step into those roles to push the organization forward, you put things in place where as though not necessarily you micromanaging, not necessarily that you're in charge, but you're a part of the process. You know what I mean? You can almost kind of coach them through without being in charge, right? You can ask a lot of questions. You can make some suggestions. You can welcome their ideas in welcome their ideas in the process of what you're trying to get accomplished. Because if a leader is unwilling to step aside, and we see this in the Bible when we talk about Saul and David, right? Everyone knows that the part of the story of David conquering Goliath, we know that part. But also, David was a king, right? And he's supposed to be the next king after Saul. But Saul was like, nah, bro, I ain't ready to give my throne up. And I'm paraphrasing, I ain't ready to give my throne up. So he was threatened by David. Like he actually tried to kill my man.
Right.
Because he didn't want to let go. You know what I mean? He wasn't trying to move to the side. Instead of him looking, and this is why I'm going to go back to my analogy with the Lakers, right? You see LeBron James trying to hand it over to Anthony Davis, but it just seemed like Anthony Davis, for some odd reason, unwilling to take the keys to the organization, right? Either he getting hurt or, he's just not playing with that tenacity, that it factor when we come to leaders, right? Like
Right.
that factor, you know what I mean? Like you said, they're born with it. We just don't see it, right?
And see, this the thing
You know
about
what I mean? We don't see it, right?
this
So
is
let
the
me
thing of my
let
comparison.
me finish, because I don't want to lose my thought. We
No,
just
go
don't
ahead.
see it. So there has to be another decision to be made, because when we sit back and look at it, I mean, let's be 100. He just don't have it. You know what I mean? He
And
just
see, this is my thing. This is my thing. This is my thing. Comparison to the Michael Jordans, Kobe's, and LeBrons of the world, where though we talking about leadership.
All right, come on. Let's make sure we don't get off track now.
Yeah, nah.
All right, go ahead.
My personal opinion, I don't look at LeBron as a leader. I look at him as a great basketball player.
No, Twan.
See, that's totally different. That's totally different. When you control a narrative, yo, like I can say, yo, you a good basketball player. You a great basketball player. But when we come down to leaders, yo, like when we say leadership, a leader really never wants to pass unless he's gonna pass it to a true another leader. Never, Anthony Davis ain't a leader. To pass nothing down to, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like he's not one of those guys that can pass it down.
Okay, hold on. Are you telling me LeBron James is not a leader because he wants to hand the keys over to Anthony Davis?
Nah, I never looked at him as a leader. I never looked at him as leading his team as a Michael Jordan type guy.
But see,
not basketball skill wise, not basketball. We're not talking basketball skill wise. We talking about leadership skill wise.
There's different ways there's no wrong way to leadership. And see, that's no wrong way. No, Twan,
that's where we get it twisted.
One way to leadership.
No, it's not one way.
But that's what you. But you saying
not
he's
one
not a
way.
leader because
It's
he's
not
like
one
Michael
way,
Jordan.
but you have to have that killer instinct in you. I just told you about.
Are you telling me? You telling me that LeBron James don't have the killer instinct? How do you figure that?
No.
Are you saying it because it doesn't?
He's a great basketball player. He's a great basketball player. He's a great basketball player.
Okay, explain to me.
He's a great basketball player, yo.
Explain to me.
He's not a Kobe kind of guy.
That doesn't make him a bad leader.
I ain't say he was a bad leader. I didn't say he was a bad basketball player either.
Okay,
I said he's not that kind of leader.
That doesn't mean that he doesn't function in a role as a leader because he's.
No, I'm not saying he's not a leader. But
that's what you said, bro.
It's just
he's not a leader.
I'm saying a leader type guy. I'm saying a leader type guy. When don't nobody, yo, you can obviously see. Don't nobody want that. Don't nobody want that limelight and everything around them. You see what I'm saying? Like Kobe and Mike, they didn't have no problem with the limelight. They didn't have no problem with not sharing that shit with nobody. Because of the simple fact that's how it is. That's basketball. That's how it's always been, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's because that's the way it's always been. Doesn't make it right, though, bro.
No, I don't just always make it right, but you do have to stand. You do have to stand when you the greatest. You do have to stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying LeBron James is not standing on his greatness?
No, he's a great basketball player.
So but okay, let's.
If he wanted to make those hard decisions, he wanted to like force himself to be a type, you know, what it kind of like a hard-nosed player. He could.
But why?
He could, but he just doesn't. He just doesn't. He just doesn't want to be.
But that's not his personality. So that doesn't make him not. That doesn't.
I don't think that was Kobe's personality. I just think that he knew. But he knew what it took. He knew what it took.
He watched someone do what it took, and he emulate that same behavior and that same mentality.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. So, but this is the thing though. Other people won championships that was not like Michael Jordan or wasn't like Kobe. It doesn't mean that he's not a
most of the guys.
Because you said you never saw LeBron as a leader because he didn't display that killer mentality. And all I'm saying is there's different ways of leading people. There's different outlooks of leadership. let me explain to you the way. A couple of months ago, I had the opportunity to speak to another organization about leadership, right? And in my studies about leadership, which I've been studying for a long time, but I came to this thought that leadership is like a living organism, right? Because it continues to develop, it continues to evolve based upon circumstances, based upon culture, based upon what's needed. So that's why I said there's no right way or no wrong way when it comes to leadership. What makes a bad leader or a good leader is the function of what they are trying to get accomplished, right? So we can say, and forgive me for being blasphemy, we can say Hitler was a good leader. We can say Hitler was a leader, but we can say he's not a good leader because of what he used his influence and leadership skills to do, right?
Yeah, the wrong
Right.
thing.
So
The wrong thing. But
if
if you want to go, that's what I'm saying. If you want to be scientific,
we can say
you would
Dr.
say
King
that
was a leader, but he was a good leader because of what he used his influence to do in changing society and rights for us to even be in some of the places that we're in right now, right? So that's what I'm saying, like leadership, there's not a right or wrong to leadership as far as the level of leadership, but what we get out of the influence in leadership and walking in that leadership capacity demonstrates if it's for good or for bad.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, not good and bad. Like not good.
Let you sit here and talk about my boy LeBron.
Not good, not good and bad. But see, that's what I'm saying. See, you taking it like good and bad. I'm not trying to say like good and bad. It's like
that's what you said, bro. You said my man LeBron wasn't a leader, bro. I ain't gonna let you get away with that.
I don't look at him. I don't look at him as a leader. I look at him as a good. I look at him as a good guy. See, that's the difference. If you can be a good guy, you can be a great basketball player. You can be the greatest. He one of the greatest. I give him that. He one of the greatest. But
But why do you continue? Why you continue to say that you don't look at him as a leader? Why?
I don't. I look at him as a great guy. I look at him as a great guy.
Why isn't he a leader? Tell me what he has not accomplished in a leadership role that allows you to see him as not a leader. Like I don't see what you see. Like I see him.
What I'm saying, like his I don't know, like I believe that like his leadership role in sports, like you have to have that
don't say it.
You have to have that tenacity, you know what I'm saying?
You don't think that's tenacity, bro?
Nah, not really.
Come on, man.
I just think you're a nice guy. I just think you're a nice guy.
Come on.
I just think you're a nice guy.
Come on, bro.
You can be a nice guy. You can be a nice guy.
You can be a nice guy.
It's nothing wrong with being a nice guy. There's nothing wrong with being a nice guy.
This is the thing. When I was a young leader, this is what they told me. They said, if everyone likes you, then you're not doing your job. And see, and that's what you're perpetuating right now.
Yeah, what I'm telling you.
That's what that's false, bro. That is absolutely false.
Everybody is not going to like you, my man.
That is absolutely true, but
everybody is not going to like you.
That doesn't mean, look, Twan, that doesn't mean that you have to function with the mindset of doing things to perpetuate that I don't want to be liked. So
I understand that.
Like I'm doing my job. And that's what you're saying about
No, I understand that you're saying.
We all know what they said about Mike. We all know
I understand that you're saying that you don't have to perpetuate the likeness of that. I understand that, but I just told you you're gonna have to have the right to make the hard decisions. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, bro. So you saying LeBron didn't make hard decisions?
He don't on the court. He don't really like too much. He'll rather just like you said, he'll rather give it Anthony Davis to somebody. He'll rather pass the ball or something.
Wait, but hold on. See, now the conversation about to turn. Who has the most game-winning shots in the playoffs?
Probably you mad.
Who?
You mad.
Who? LeBron James?
LeBron.
Oh, okay,
He has to though.
Oh, wait a minute, hold up, bro.
He has to.
But so isn't that not leadership? And when you have to step up, you step up. Is that not leadership?
But he has to though. He
then,
has to, but it's a lot. But you know, he got
there,
and the opposite, right? And the opposite of what you're saying, you still ain't you still ain't saying who has the most probably pass balls he should have kept to win a game. He had the most. He had the most in the playoff. But whoever has the most. Who has the most balls that they passed that they should have kept doing the game?
Don't forget Michael.
LeBron James most likely.
John Paxson and Steve Kerr too, bro. Don't forget that.
They made them shots because of Michael.
So what? But he still passed them. He still passed them.
LeBron will give it. LeBron will give it to the usher man and let him shoot it.
I'm not going. Look, this blasphemy on my boy LeBron, bro. Stop.
I'm not. I'm just saying, cause it's. But what I'm saying, how you just said, you just said that I know. I believe I'm a true believer of like, yo, everybody not gonna like you. I understand you don't supposed to push that,
bro.
You're not supposed to push that narrative. You're supposed to be yourself and be who you be. But
I don't believe in that.
Everybody ain't gonna like you, bro.
That's not completely true because a leader has to be willing to morph into what the people need them to be. Like you cannot just like, and I don't mean like your personality is gonna be your personality, right? But there's parts of you that has to evolve and has to what's the best word I can use? Be willing to have a serving mentality for the people that they're leading. So that means who you may want to be and how you may want to act. It may not be good for the people that's following you. So you can't. So that's why I'm saying like you can't just say I'ma just be me and accept me. And that's poor leadership. That, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Poor leader. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
So, all right. So if you agree with it, then you have to agree. Then LeBron is a leader. Then
I didn't say he ain't a leader. I just said it don't look like it. He don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he's that kind of guy. I know he want everybody to love him. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that, but that's not. But I'm gonna say this, and I really believe this in my heart. Good leaders want to be liked. Good leaders want to be liked, bro. Like you want to be liked. Me a leader that do not want to be liked, and I'll show you a leader that does not have people that's dedicated to them, but dedicated to the project. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but listen. Sometimes that's how you get to the championship. You just gonna have people that want to get to the.
I agree.
We might not be the best of friends.
I agree.
But we got to get there. You know what I'm saying? If you want to win, you want to win. I want to win. We want to get this money.
I agree.
We want to get this money.
That's why I said there's different ways to lead.
True. I believe
there's
that.
one way to lead. So
I believe that.
If that's the case, then that means there's no right or wrong way when it comes to leadership. But there's only a right or wrong way of the influence of what you're trying to get accomplished in that leadership role. And that's why I brought up the analogy earlier, which I'm not going to go back and say, but we kind of send those two people. Hey, look, man, we down to the wire. Merry Christmas to you, brother. I love you, fam.
Yeah, happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone that tuned in. We want to thank y'all, man, for tuning in and giving us the support and giving us your time. We definitely appreciate it. We don't take it for granted.
Yes, sir.
We definitely going to come back, ready to rock and roll right after the holidays. So, y'all enjoy y'all family time. Please be safe. That, COVID's still out there. So, if you spend time with your family and friends, protect yourself. Do what it is that you need to do, what's best for your family. We ain't here to tell you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. We just tell you to be safe, protect yourself, protect your loved ones. We're gonna come back, not next week. We're gonna be back next week,
Yeah,
man.
next week.
Yeah, we'll be back next week.
Next week.
Probably same time, Thursday.
What's
Friday
that?
night, 8
Friday.
o'clock.
Friday night. Friday.
We're gonna come with a new topic, hot topic. 2022. We're gonna get into this thing. We're gonna get into this nitty gritty. We want you guys to participate. Get in. Hit that join button if we hit a topic that you want to kind of get on this live with us and kind of yell and scream like we did tonight. Have a good time.
Yes, sir.
If not, put your comments in. We're gonna try to read them, respond to them respectively. And again, this platform is for the gangster and the preacher to come together and not see what we don't have in common, but to see what we do have in common.
Yes,
This is all about unity. This is all about understanding. This is all about conversation, conversing about various topics. So we love you, bro. I love you, man. And
yeah, love, man.
Enjoy your holiday, fam.
All right, let me cut.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.